Good morning, everyone. Elex here, and today I have our market watch for February 18th. And today, as always, we're going to be starting our market watch with the sealed products. But real quickly, I just want to thank you, all my subscribers. I've hit over 100 subscribers on the channel. I couldn't have done this without you guys. It's been awesome seeing you guys support the channel. And if you enjoy this content still, please like, comment, and then if you haven't done yet, please hit that subscription button if you think I've earned your subscription. So anyways, starting off with sealed products, we have our booster boxes. Top end, we have the 1.0 boosters at 83 bucks a piece, which is making sense. It is the first print booster. This is way out of print. Like, if you had this in your store and you're selling at MSRP, this was sold out over a year ago. So it makes sense for the price to be climbing. Same with 1.5. It's a pretty similar story, but 1.0 just has a lot more staples in it. Then I want to focus on the low end also now, because I've talked about these other sets. Like, there's lots of good staples in them. I still love picking up BT5 boosters, but the Classic Collection just is tanking as a set as a whole. Someone asked me last week why were the prices as low as they were, or at least made a comment about it. And I think there's three key reasons for why the prices tanked. First of all, it is, like person comment mentioned, it's testing the collectability of the game. The collector's market compared to the Pokemon collector's market is very different. If Pokemon made a holiday set like they did for Champion's Path or Shining Fates, that set would hold its price really well because there's so many collectors in the game, it doesn't matter how good or bad the set is competitively. Second, this product was super overprinted for what people were really wanting. And kind of pairing with that, the set size is just so small and the quantity of competitive cards is kind of lacking. So people aren't as inclined to rip open these boosters. If anything, it's a good long-term hold for collectors in the game. So that's why I believe the price is as low as it is. Anyways, that's our sealed product. And now, with everything changing, we're getting ready for BT7 format. I have a brand new list of cards pulled up for our new staples. First, I want to bring up BT7. If you haven't taken a look, pre-sales are live on TCG Player. If you're paying $3 for a rare of a new set, that's a little pricey. Nothing I really want to point out besides all the alt-art cards that are sold out. But just be patient, guys. These cards will come around and they're going to be very abundant. This set's being printed a lot and it's going to be very well distributed to different stores for not just release, but also pre-release. Corey Kakamon, he sees a lot of play, and basically all the hybrids see a lot of play. But just be patient, guys. Don't feel obligated to pre-order anything at this point. So that's BT7. And now, first we're going to be covering Blue Hybrid, guys. Blue Hybrid, Blue Tamers are staples. There's a few different ways you can build Blue Hybrid. You can do, and I'll show it here in a moment, but you can choose to run the Bond engine still, or you can go for more of a Blue Hybrid control feel. Davis is going to see less play as he's not a 4 of Tamer in most builds anymore. If you play the Bond engine, Matt's a 4 of. Sora and Joe will actually see a lot more play coming up. You'll probably see it as a 2 to 3 of in every deck for Blue Hybrid. Tommy is your 4 of Tamer. If you're buying the Tommy Tamer, you want to get the box topper, which is this one down here. Don't pay $7 for a new rare. It's just way too much, guys. And then Koji is used for more of a pure Blue Hybrid build rather than like this stall Blue Hybrid build. And then I don't think there's much else that sees play Tamer-wise from Blue. But yeah, that's why it's high to low. These are most bought and most used cards. And then next staple that works for two different colors is looking up the Upamon egg. Blue and yellow both use their Upas still. Blue uses it because it's draw power. Yellow uses it because it's draw power. And then Blue's alternative egg they also like using is Kiaramon. I didn't pull it up here. But this is like the 5th egg that Blue will typically use because they have Howling Memory Boost, they have Sora Joes, they have just a lot of ways to proc the draw 1 for trashing a source. So that's another thing to kind of keep in mind. With here, we got yellow hybrids. Yellow hybrid has some staples with yellow tamers. The main ones being TK Zoe and TK Kari. As you can see, this price has skyrocketed again. People have been buying this out. The stamp is a very desired thing for max rarity players. Your regular TKs have been 7s each, along with the TP3 ones. Security buffing TK kind of sees play, but Zoe does the exact same thing he does. This Kari doesn't really see play because you rather play TK Kari, and you just don't play Tai because for 3 memory you would rather play a Zoe or a Kari even. But these are like the staples of pages I really expect to be paying attention to throughout this entire upcoming format. Next, I want to bring attention to yellow hybrid decks. And when I talk about yellow hybrid, I want to talk about the boss monsters you'll commonly see. So if you guys are familiar with these thumbnails, you'll see this is Shine Greymon, this is Susanomon, and then this is Dynasmon. Those are like your most commonly used boss monsters in yellow hybrid. So Shine Greymon, because you have a lot of tamers, he's going to control the board well. As you can see, Shine's price has gone up. He was up to $10 earlier this week. So I imagine this $6 threshold won't hold for super long, as you're going to have copies get bought up. It's going to go up in price. Yeah, Shine Greymon's one of the more popular things to pair with the yellow hybrid. The second most popular thing, and if you guys remember, I pointed out the Dynasmon Alt-Art buyout last week. Well, it's because it's probably the just strictly best level 6 for yellow hybrid. This is like your either best support or it's your best primary. It's typically a good support because it just helps you stall and keep into the late game well. And then you'll look, Seraphimons are going to be a common thing used. This is the one that most people opt for as it has 2 recovers. This is the one I prefer just because it has more pressure and it's a cheaper recover. But yellow hybrid can play the late game really well. So when you're playing yellow hybrid, those are boss monsters you'll be looking at using more than likely. Next, we're moving on to blue hybrid. And again, we have 3 different types of boss monsters. We have Ancient Garurumon, we have Magna Garurumon, and we have Gabubond. Gabubond did not die in the BT7 format, guys. He is still alive and well. But first, Ancient Garurumon. This is a card I actually expect to see more play in this format since we have a new restriction list. Hitting Ice Wall kind of hurts the pure blue hybrid stall, and I expect to see Ancients be played more because of it. Another level 7 or top end boss monster is Gabubond. He's the main one you'll pair with if you're on the Mat engine. And then Magna Garurumon would be your other boss monster you run in the deck for blue hybrid. And he's probably going to be played the most, in my opinion. Our next focus here is going to be on red in the BT7 format. And first things first, you guys remember when I keep saying, hey guys, pick up your Ancient Greymons. Ancient Greymon's going to see a lot of play in the set. Well, here he is. He has spiked up. He's $50 and $60 for regular art and alt art respectively. So if you guys were looking at playing red hybrid, you're probably going to pay a pretty price tag or be patient and hope the price and hype dies down for this card. And just like I was saying, also, you'll see he is one of the 2 most popular things to play in BT7, especially at the start, because people are excited for a new deck archetype. And to pair with him is Emperor Greymon. He's your boss monster. Pre-sale prices are high still, as always, so don't buy into these yet. Then the other red deck, guys, is Jezmont. It did not die in BT6 either. In fact, it is alive and well. And starting next week or the week after, we will see the starter deck cards revealed for the Jezmont starter deck. If you're telling me that a level 6 that plays a free Sistermon when attacking and gets all these buffs isn't going to be good still, then we are probably going to see a strong power creep. I expect this Jezmont to be played still, and I've been picking up extra copies myself. And then to pair with Jezmonts is the Sistermons. Blanca Awakened is going to be in BT7, which I expect to cause the price of the Alt-Art Blanc to go up. Alt-Art CL does have an Awakened mode also, but it's not nearly as played. It's like maybe a one of, if anything. But the CLs are played still, as getting over DP threshold is a counter to Yellow Hybrid. When they have Zoe and they go Zephyrmon over Zoe, it gets really big really fast in their security. So just keep Sistermons in mind too if you like playing max rarity. Next thing, I want to bring your attention to Black. So you'll see Black has some results in BT7. It's not entirely dead. The bulk of those come from playing X Antibody. And when you play X Antibody, if you guys remember, I point out you run this in a Jezmont promo. So basically half the Black decks in play use this promo. This promo is a very key card. The reason I say that is because it applies pressure. It keeps your opponents on a timer more, say. Because typically with Black, you're playing like a very stall late game. And yes, you do run Alphamons in the X Antibody deck because it's your best target right now. But you're playing like a very stall heavy game typically with Black, and this is the card that kind of enables you to start lethaling your opponent. Next, I want to bring your attention to Purple. Purple will have two different metas in this format, guys. The first one is pre-Starter Deck Mastamon, which we are getting the starter decks in BT8, so you won't have to worry about it really. But Lilithmon is going to be the main boss monster of Purple for the time being. Maybe Cherubimon, but this is the one I'm really emphasizing because Lilith Loop loses MDF, but they do gain the Jezmont package to be more consistent and have more bodies spammed out. But when the Mastamon starter decks do come out, I want to emphasize Zwart Defeat, Magna Angemon, they both go to 4-ofs. Magna Angemon because he's a great call target for the Mastamon starter deck. Zwart Defeat because you recover and he's a great thing to check in security. And he easily goes over the new Mastamon. So these are cards I would look out for if you like to play Purple. Very good time to start scooping up extra Zwart Defeats. And Magna Angemon's, he's a fair price, but I think you'll see him go lower still. Now we are on to the BT8 format, where I like to tell you guys what cards to look out for the future formats. So BT7 is technically future, but it's right around the corner. BT8, first thing I want to show off is if you look up, if you guys know this in BT3021, take a look. This card is used in all these decks as basically 4-ofs. That's your Jamming Veemon. Jamming Veemon sees a lot of play in the Armor deck's next set. So if you're looking for something to pick up in trades randomly, this is something I would try picking up as many copies as possible. In fact, I'm getting ready to try pick up roughly 50 of the Jamming Veemons and 12 of the Alt-Arts myself. After that, you got your Blackboard Raymond. I know I mentioned it before. I'm telling you guys, you want to pick up Blackboard Raymond. Well, you'll see you got the red Blackboard Greymon decks starting to pop up, and this one is the one that sees a little bit more play. You can also use the promo War Greymon with it as well, but these are both very valid things to start picking up extra copies of. An $8 secret that sees play, I'm convinced, guys, is way too cheap, but give it time, it might go down a little bit lower. Next card we're going to look at is Nokia, because BT5092, we look at all these Blackboard Greymon lists, we got 16 of them, and we pull up BT5092. Look at that. 12 of these 16 Blackboard Raymond lists run Nokia. Remember how I told you guys, look at Nokia as a late-term investment? Well, this is where it's really starting to show up and be more relevant. So Nokia is a great pickup. And then in the EX2 format, Beelzemon, I just want to monitor his price. I mentioned $25 is probably his new floor price. So this is where I realistically expect it to stay for the longest time being. This person only has a copy, but they have $5 shipping, so you might be able to snag up a little bit more cards from them. But regardless, 25 bucks is what I expect to spend on Beelzemon now. And now, my favorite part of future card formats to look at. All the way in BT9, a land that's so far away for us here in America, but right around the corner for Japan, is the entire X antibody meta, basically, where every deck becomes X antibody. Decks I really want to point out. This Greymon goes over a Greymon. This Angelomon goes over an Angelomon. This Rise Greymon goes over another Rise Greymon. And this Akuamon goes over another Akuamon. I know there's more of these X antibody cards that go over Digimon with the same name without X antibody. But I want to point out those four because I believe those four have the most notable cards to go over. The Red Rise Greymon or Yellow Rise Greymon are both super good for that Rise Greymon X antibody. The Greymon promo is probably the best thing for the Greymon X antibody. For Angelomon, you got a few strong targets. You got the BT3 Angelomon, and I would even argue the EX1 Angelomon is not bad either. And finally, Akuamon. You literally only have 4 Akuamon, or 3 Akuamons. This is the stamped one from Nationals. So really, you have 3 of them. One of them's a vanilla. You typically don't run pure vanillas for Turbo anymore. So if you're running one, you're running the other one. And guess what? The other one is just an alt art and regular copy of the same card. So, Event Pack 1 Akuamon, will he go up? Well, Event Pack 1 is out of print now, or going to be out of print when Nationals and DigiFest happens. You won't see any more copies of this guy in circulation. So just keep that in mind. With that being said, that is today's Market Watch. If you enjoy this content, please like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all, and have a nice day.